Oh my gosh. Sorry, y'all. Listen, somebody. Oh my gosh. Thank y'all. Yeah. Okay. I'm cooking with no audio. I'm gonna cook again. Jesus Christ. All right. I'm assuming y'all can hear me now. Can I get a thumbs up or something in the chat? This happens all the time. I'm not gonna start over. People are saying classic. Yeah, yeah, no, it's classic. Yeah, yeah, this is embarrassing, but I'm gonna stay with it. Y'all can hear me? Thank y'all. Ah. Okay, I'm upset, but I'm going to keep my cool. I'm gonna keep my cool. And I'm going to redo all of that because I think it's important. And I'm going to find a way to cut that off for people who are going to view later or whatever. Anyway, I will start again. Okay, so I'm going to run back through before I get into all the comments. I want to give y'all, which is what I was doing when y'all couldn't hear me. And I appreciate somebody saying let them cook because I was definitely cooking. I feel like I did good, but I'm finna cook again. Okay, so I wanna roll through what my just general thoughts are for the game. This is, by the way, this is why I need a producer. Tell the sponsors to holler at me. In fact, I'll give y'all the numbers on the thing. It's gonna cost me about, because there are people who it's gonna cost me about $40 an hour to get a producer. Um, like listen, and a graphics person about the same price. Tell people to holler at me. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, but back to the game. I am okay with UTSA's performance. Obviously, now that y'all can hear me, UTSA lost the game 42-24. I was only 4 points off, by the way. My prediction was 38-24, but 48-24. Anyway, here's sort of my biggest takeaways from the game. I think I saw a lot of good things from UTSA. First off, we saw a lot of what we expected to see. We expected the offense to be good. We expected, we expected the offense to be good. We expected the defense to struggle, and we saw that. The secondary did not play well, just period. They made some plays. They made some big plays. Overall, they did not play well. But we expected that they're new. The entire defense is new. I think offensively, UTSA will be fine. We're not playing against. We played an SEC team that has bigger fish to fry. UTSA, we have to look at this on a graded scale because UTSA is a American Conference team, and um, the scale is just different. You have to project what today's performance is going to signal for the rest of the season. I can tell you right now, Texas State's in trouble. I'm sorry, they in trouble. All right, they in trouble. But that's I'm gonna say that for the next episode. UTSA offensively showed me that. Think about this time last year, y'all. Remember at the beginning of the season how awful the offensive line blocked for the ran block or run block last year? Do y'all remember that? I remember that. It was awful. We couldn't get a yard. Robert Henry couldn't get a yard to start this season. Our offensive line just went and competed against the SEC front seven and basically dominated them for large portions of that game. Impressive. But there's room to go. I think Owen McCown was okay tonight. He wasn't great. He wasn't bad. I see there's a lot of people giving him a lot of flack on my Twitter. He was not bad tonight. There's a lot of people who are overreacting on my Twitter. Owen McCown was fine. He's fine. To me, he's been asked to do a big time job, and I think the offensive coordinator did not help him out much. I think he did do something. There was a couple drives where our coordinator was really good offensively, but didn't help him out much. The play calling became predictable. First and second down were obvious. If we were close to the middle of the field, third down was obvious because we were going to run the ball so we could like go for it on fourth down. Like it was obvious. You could call a lot of the play. I called half the plays here, yelling at my screen at home, or not even plays, but concepts. That can't happen because if I can call it, these coordinators who are game planning for you can call it. That's a problem. So I don't give Owen McCown a lot of stick. Listen, yeah, did he miss on some throws? He missed on a big throw to Devin McEwen over the middle on I think it was a second down or second or maybe third down. That just can't happen because it's points off the board, right? Well, that was an opportunity for us to get points. And you don't convert that, and then you have to give them the ball back. It's just not great. But I think he'll be fine. I didn't see anything that discouraged me about McCown. Like I see a lot of people having these adverse reactions. I didn't see anything that was going to discourage me. Um, that was sort of the biggest thing. That's kind of what I was looking for, but I didn't see it, so I'm okay with it. Our running game is great. I listen. What did I call for all summer? For y'all who've been here with me all summer, what did I call for? When we have a running, like when we got this new running back coach, I said, yo, I don't want to see the huge rotation with 4 or 5 running backs getting carries. I told you I wanted to see 3 tops. And guess what Tommy Robinson delivered to us? Even better, too. Robert Henry Jr. and Will Henderson Jr. Or Will Henderson II, I think. Top shelf. We're good. We're in great hands, y'all. Trust me on that. We're in great hands. Robert Henry obviously showed you that. He had a breakout. I mean, this was a huge game. This game alone is going to make NFL teams just look. That 75-yard run when he ran away from people and had the acceleration and speed to pull away from folks. Come on, bro. So that's huge. That's big time. So the American Conference is going to struggle with that. So that's big. Like I said, I'm going to continue to give them praise. Our offensive line, from a run blocking standpoint, was great tonight. They deserve claps. You know why? Because myself and people on this channel that comes into my comments were very harsh on them last year. They deserved it, in my opinion, but they answered the bell tonight. You can't put it on them. They did what they were supposed to do. To me, like I said, you use this game to signal what's to come. We were outmatched against A&M anyway. Like I said, y'all probably didn't hear me say this, but what I was saying before was one of the articles I put out this week was highlighting the wage or the financial disparity between the two teams. If you look at 2024, Texas A&M had more than a $50 million athletic compensation budget, right? The AAC or the American Conference is basically telling the teams in the conference that over the course of 3 years, they need to meet a $10 million threshold. That just gives you an idea of where UTSA was. So UTSA is probably playing. They're probably playing a team in the athletic department that has 50 times more financial resources than UTSA does. That's just going to always be an uphill battle. Period. So I'm okay with what we did tonight. Going a little bit deeper on the position groups, I think quarterback we were okay. I'll tell you something. I liked what I saw from Brandon Tennyson. 2 for 2. Beautiful touchdown to AJ Wilson. Why wasn't he playing? Listen, the one of the biggest problems that we have with UTSA right now, I'm gonna tell you something, and this will translate to other teams. Is yes, we're good with McEwen underneath. Yes, we're good with Amador underneath. There are underneath players. They threw some deeper passes to McEwen. I don't think he's that kind of receiver. I like him a lot, but I don't think he's a downfield receiver. He's an intermediate to short receiver who can make moves and once he gets the ball in his hands, that's where he cooks. But if we're gonna have somebody that's gonna stretch the field, bro, we gotta have somebody that's gonna stretch the field. We gotta have a threat. We don't got a guy that's gonna go win a one-on-one jump ball, bro. We gotta have that because if you saw listen, I will shout out a guy on A&M's team. Did y'all see the safety Marcus Ratcliffe? Please tell me y'all seen him. Dude, he gave us all kind of problems. And part of the reason he gave UTSA so many problems is because he figured it out real quick, or I just think their defense figured it out real quick. Oh, they don't have a downfield threat. We can take advantage of this. And that's exactly what they start doing. They start taking advantage of this. The safeties, I mean, there was a play, and I'm probably gonna try to find it and like record it and send it to you or post it on my Twitter this week. But there was a play where he just cheated up to 8 yards, and he was basically like another linebacker because he wasn't worried. They said, "Hey, we're gonna leave our corner one-on-one with UTSA's best receiver because they ain't going deep." That cannot happen. That's something that can haunt us. We're gonna be in a lot of shootouts this year, y'all. Buckle up. Buckle up. We're gonna be in a lot of shootouts this year. UTSA is gonna score a lot, but based on what I've seen from my secondary today, they cut people loose. They're going to be a bit leaky. Their teams are going to be able to score points, and yeah, it's going to be problematic for us. Another thing I want to touch on, just defensively, I think Shaw Banks was great. I like what I saw from Kendrick Blackshire. Our defensive line, I think, did a really good job just controlling. They did okay. They did all right. I mean, they start to get a little. They didn't have a great second half, but I think they did all right. I think in the secondary we need some work. I think Jakevian Rogers made some plays. Davin Martin did okay. Todd Milton made a few just nice tackles. He has a great trigger, so he's going to be good. But we just got to get better defensively overall. I think that's just our weaker point of the team. There's just no way around that, right? I think they did some all right things. Obviously, it's Texas A&M, but the open field tackling was just poor. It can be Texas A&M, but guys, we can open field tackle. They're humans at the end of the day. Like, we're not very good at open field tackling. That can be problematic because we are going to play a lot of teams that are going to be in a spread offense, and they're going to be able to scheme their guys open. Are we just going to succumb to that? I hope not. Let me get into some of your questions here. I have so many no audios, and people are saying poor Darian. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought all my I thought I had everything. Like I said, this is why I need a producer. So if you want to sponsor or you want to support the channel with your live chats, these types of things will help. Because a producer will go through a checklist and be like, okay, audio is good, everything's good. I had literally finished my article and then cut on the button and said go live. I didn't even have time to check anything. Anyway, we're here now though. Eric says our offense took two deep shots. One was thrown out of bounds and the other was called for flag. The play calling has returned. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something about the play calling. That's what I was gonna say about the OCs or the OC and the DC. I think Burke, he's just not my cup of tea, bro. And I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. People are gonna hate me for this, but he's just not my cup of tea. It's just not consistent enough. It's not consistent enough. There was a time, was it the fourth or the third quarter? I want to say it was the beginning of the fourth quarter. Our offense was still in, and the score was 17-35. and we ran this jet sweep to I forget if it was McEwen or Robert Henry. We ran this jet sweep. It's just a bad time. And then we end up in like third and long. Then we did a reverse at a bad time. I actually think the timing where we tried to do the double pass was good because this was off. This was off of the us like stopping them or whatever after Robert Henry. Like this would have put us. This would have like allowed us to take the lead, but I'm just not a fan, bro. I try my hardest to give him credit on my Twitter. So listen, I will give him credit when credit is due, but just throughout the game, I just do not like his play calling. It's just too like for example, we had the one drive, right? And this was the drive that Robert Henry capped off that 21-yard touchdown, right? Will Henderson was the running back for the most of the drive. I think it was like 11 plays or something like that, or 12, 6 passes, 6 runs. Beautiful drive. And did you see the RPO play calls and the decision making from Owen McCann? That looked like perfect Coach Trailer style football, at UTSA. Where did that go? Where did that go? One of the biggest things, and I'm not trying to go in on the OC yet. We play A&M. I'm trying to keep my perspective proper because they're SEC team, we're American Conference team. But what did if y'all who've been here with me for a while, what was I most frustrated at last year? It was adjustment time. UTSA come out for a half, they be great, right? When it's time to make adjustments and the defense actually throws something different, I just have not seen Burke be able to counter that. So what did you see? UTSA moved the ball pretty well. They offensively outperformed A&M in the first half. Second half, UTSA breaks one for 75. What happened after? Until Tennyson came in the last drive, that's garbage time. Nothing, nada, nothing at all. So it just has to be better. I'll say that because I don't want to spread negativity, but that has to be better. Extreme says around the mid third quarter, it seemed like we threw the white flag, but I'm not mad about it. Why put full force again? I think you put full force. Here's the thing. You don't put full force if the game is out of reach, but that game was in reach, bro. I just like that they were better than us, yes, but I think we had an opportunity in the third quarter to take the lead. Come on, man. Like, that's my thing. I don't expect us to go in and beat an A&M, but we had an opportunity to take the lead. Did we not? Did we not? You got to go for it. You got to be a lot more aggressive. You can't anyway. We played well, but I don't know why our OC didn't let our receivers cook. They were beating A&M the whole. Well, here's the thing. Like I said before, our receivers, our top. Listen, go look at the stats. Go look at the analytics. Devin McEwen, David Amador, great players. If you look at the bulk of their production last season, it was they caught the ball from 9 yards or less. The second most volume was 15 yards or less. They are not downfield receivers, and that's okay. That's not a knock against them at all. Great players, you want the ball in their hands. What they need is a downfield receiver on the outside that's a threat. That can take you hear the phrase, someone that can take the top off of a defense, right? They're not the take a top off the defense players. They're not. Not in the way that I'm talking about. They're not the 6'4" guy that's going to run way down the field and you're going to throw a jump ball to and they're going to moss two people. That's not what they are. That's not their profile. And that's okay. What they need to complement them, like an AJ Wilson or something like that, is somebody who's a downfield target that puts the safeties that the safeties have to worry about. We don't have that. That's a problem. Ooh, I was finna. I'm gonna. So on my join my Discord if y'all can. The link is in my description. There's a particular player that I want to talk about that UTSA highlights as a deep threat, and they're just not. But I don't like to call players out on here like directly, so I will bring that up in my Discord though. Ricky says too many missed tackles. And thank you in open field for the defense. Special teams is a huge concern moving forward. Offensive play callers. Listen, what did I tell y'all? The key one of the huge keys that I highlighted coming into this game. I don't know what our defense is going to look like, right? It's a new defense, but you can the signs of a good defense. This is just general knowledge, y'all. General knowledge. The sign, like a huge signal to a good defense, is how well they tackle in open field, how well they rally to the ball, who's running, who's not. If you are lacking in that area, you are going to struggle on that side of the ball. Period. I'm not saying UTSA didn't have players running, but the open field tackling was bad. There was some bad risk that was taken by DBs in areas where I don't know what they were just doing theatrics. Just make the tackle. They beat you on the route. Just make the tackle and live to play another down. That's going to be a problem because that's going to allow teams that have no business scoring points on us. It's going to allow them a lot more success because we cannot get people to the ground in open space. Yes, A&M has some talented, skilled players. Absolutely. However, some of the tackles that were missed, inexcusable. Ricky says, however, we did a solid. Yeah, definitely can improve. Yeah, we can certainly improve. Mike says, our receivers just couldn't get separation. I don't like Amador as a kick returner. Will get better. I'm not worried so much about him as a kick returner. I think a lot of what people do in that position is have people there that you can trust that will hold on to the ball. That's a lot of what they do there. I do think receivers getting separation downfield is a problem, and it just has to be solved. It's just that simple. It has to be solved at some point, or we're gonna have an issue. But we're gonna have to establish somebody, whether it's Willie McCoy, whether it's AJ Wilson, whether it's DJ Allen, with whoever it is. We have to establish someone as an actual threat going downfield. I don't care to listen. They're gonna give McEwen those opportunities, but I want him playing to his strengths, intermediate, short. Let's let the guys who has already made a living off something. Let's let them cook there. We should have other guys who are able to stretch the field, and I'm concerned about that. Mike says the play calling seems kind of vanilla on off. Absolutely. Did you see the timeout? This is one thing I gotta curious to hear y'all's thoughts. Did you see when we went under center a couple times? What was that? When play action weak side rollout, McCown under center, rolled him out to the right. Why would we do that? I think it was a 2nd and 8. Oh Lord, this is what I mean by some of the. This is what I mean by some of the calls by our OC. I can love him for a drive, but the consistency is crazy. Guess what happened the next time we went under center? McCown fumbled the snap. What are we even doing? We're not that team anymore. We did that back when we had Sincere. Why? Don't get me started. Mike says the team looks better than last year. I'm sure. Oh yeah, they look way better than they did at this point last year, dude. Like, okay, actually, it's probably me getting a little too like negative. I want to be very clear about something. I am going to be disappointed if we do not compete for a conference title this year. And I've seen some of the stuff the other teams are doing. I've seen Tulane and their new quarterback and some of these things. Although I'm a little frustrated at some of the things that we saw because I think they're going to plague us long term, I am not an idiot. Like, we're going to be good. Guys, let's be very clear. We're going to be good this year. We're going to be really good. A lot of shootouts, but really good. I want to make that very, very clear. So don't like leave this with your head hanging low. I'm just upset because I feel like we were actually in that game and we could have like done things to make that game a little bit more competitive than what it was. So I'm just like gonna naturally have an upset feeling about that. But like, yo, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. Listen, hey, Texas State, you Bobcats that surf into my that come into my channel. Y'all, good luck. Good luck. Thought for a minute there, maybe we had a shot. Hope one day that we can get that big underdog win against a ranked opponent. We've beat a ranked opponent before. I thought offense was okay aside from the great performance from Henry. No long ball weapon yet. Yeah, everybody's saying the same thing. No long ball weapon. Yep, you're completely right. The most positive thing tonight was thank you for bringing this up. Our offensive line, yeah, bro. That's the main reason we're going to be good. Our offensive line was creating lanes against an SEC defense, bro. This is what I'm saying. My we lost. Don't get me wrong, but in the AAC, bro, we cleaning up. We cleaning up. If our offensive line is going to do that, if they're going to do that, and we have those two speedsters, which Robert Henry was running tough today. So I don't even want to make it seem like he's a speedster that doesn't have like the ability to break tackles and run through people because he was a dog today. I've seen a development and a step forward in his game just based off what he did today. Shout out to Robert Henry. In my article for the Sport News, he was my offensive player, or he was the player of the game for UTSA for me. We're gonna be shout out to the offensive line, man. They did a really good job. I actually think they protected Owen relatively well too. I really believe that. I really believe that. Cody says, "How do we not have a kick?" Bro, the kicker is crazy. The kicker is crazy. And I seen Scott. I think Scott. Shout out to Scott ATX. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. I just checked my Twitter and people are telling me, your mic is off in your live. That's crazy. Yeah, I know. Sorry, guys. I appreciate y'all being here today. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. Anyway, yeah, like here's the thing about the kicker situation. I know like our kicker, we had a late departure on the kicker situation, and people are like, oh my God, we didn't have any time to go get somebody. I just want to explain something to y'all. I think everybody here knows this because I think I have a very educated audience. Um, guys, the intent of UTSA or any program building a roster is to have multiple players who are competent enough at their position to where they can play at any time. That also applies to kicker. You don't just have one kicker that can hit 40-yard field goals. You should have a stable of them. And at least two that you feel pretty good about. The fact that we got a kicker, our starting kicker right now, is we're confident 20 from the 25 and in, bro, that'll lose us games. I hope it doesn't, but that will lose us games. Unacceptable. Problem was we had two good kickers, one left, thinking he would get playing times. The starter got poached. Cough, cough, hit the portal. Yep. Everybody talking about the kicker. You need to use your voice to fire Burke. Yeah, I mean, listen, he's not my cup of tea, but like my voice does nothing. UTSA almost makes it a point to not listen to any of my suggestions. So yeah, you don't have to worry about them listening to my voice. That might be something for some of the other folks, but not me. Brandon says I've never seen a coordinator have as big as an impact on a game than him. He single-handedly ruined a once prolific UTSA offense. His play calling is pretty shocking. I'll just be honest. Like, for me though, it's just too hit or miss. It's like, how do we do something so good on a drive and then we never see that again? like, I don't mean that we don't ever see success again. We don't see that type of play calling again. Those concepts consistently. I mean, maybe we do. I need to watch deeper film before I go in on that, but like, I don't know, bro. It's just not my favorite. Ask Lisa why we keep Burt. I have a lot of questions for her, but I don't think they'll be football related, actually. Not mad at the game at all. I think we were fine in conference. We'll be fine in conference. Kicker situation is crazy. Was impressed with the defense at first. I wasn't impressed with the defense at all. So I have an expectation of UTSA having a good front seven, so I wasn't that impressed with the defense. We got work to do. That's what it showed me. We got work to do, but we do got talent. I will say that we do got talent on defense. That's what I did see. So I'm not worried about. Like I said, man, one of the things that I was confident about is like we got a really good coach in the secondary, Nick Graham, and I'm confident that he'll have the corners right. He seems to be able to make adjustments to get them guys to be making plays. So we'll be fine. Brandon says the defense held up, but when every possession is a 3 and out, of course the defense. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You can't give another offense that many cracks, right? That kind of thing is going to happen. Brandon says the defense held. Oh, sorry, didn't even switch. Eric says I'm not mad at the outcome of the game, but the play calling has been terrible and worries me moving forward. Wow, you know what's funny? I've been trying to be quiet about the play calling because I thought that was just my own thing. But I'm seeing that a lot of y'all are frustrated about the play calling as well, and that's kind of concerning. I've said it for almost 3 years since Burke became OC. He needs to be fired. UTSA is too nice to fire him, but something needs to change. They have another one. So I'm not the only one. Okay. That makes me feel like I'm not being I don't know, partial to somebody or something. Did we play with a limited playbook? Probably. Probably. Burke to the sun. I mean, to answer this question, you're not gonna like open up your entire playbook in week one anyway. You never do that. You'll see the full powers come conference time. Texas Leatherneck says seemed like we only had a few plays we wanted to use. Agreed. Sorry, I'm advanced for the upcoming rants. I'm just so sick of Burke. He's ruining UTSA. So the Burke hate's crazy. Like, I thought for a while it was just me. I'll be honest with you. I thought that like I was the I hope I didn't influence y'all. I don't think I'm big enough to influence anybody, but he's not a favorite of mine. I think he is, I listen, I worry about calling for somebody's job because you are impacting a family, and I take that very serious. But we need to be better. I'll just put it like that. All right, let's see. Will Stein wins the game, wins this game by 14, and I'm trying my best to not be dramatic. Play calling had been. You know what? I definitely think if we had him, we'd had a different outcome. I don't know if we win the game, but I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm gonna try to skip past some of the Burke stuff. Did we choose the wrong QB? ELM is balling out tonight. What's so? Let me know in the comments, y'all. What do y'all think about the QB performance? Like, what am I missing? I mean, listen, it wasn't. He didn't set the world on fire. No, he didn't. Like, fine, but what did you? Okay, I wish I can put a poll or something in. This is why I need a producer again. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments what was so bad about Owen's performance. I don't think the play calling helped him do much, but I think he did what he was play called to do. It was either a couple downfield shots or screens or like quick RPOs. He wasn't asked to do much. So, like, is it just the fact that we didn't score a lot of points? Like, maybe I'm missing something, but I don't think McCown played bad. It was, I don't think he played bad, but let me know. Now I have to skip through all the comments of people trying to tell me that my mic was off. Somebody said pre-recorded. No, I don't pre-record. That's why some people won't come on my show. Actually, some people want to be only record. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Tell them not to be scared, y'all. We going live. Let's see. Try make soccer says 21-17 having the ball, then playing conservative was in my. I think you meant to say opinion. The turning point. The injuries that we got, I think, got us as well. I don't know if the injuries got us as well, but we were very conservative, and I think that's a problem. It just is. Let's see. I'm still in okay, I think I'm past the tweets where people were trying to warn me. Shout out to y'all for trying to warn me, by the way, that my audio was off. Let's see. All right. Melissa says, went to the game, have lots of prompts for the defense for being, I think she meant to say props for the defense for being a new squad. The OC seemed like he only had a handful. Okay. So people are not messing with the OC at all. This is why I need live chats or some super chats, y'all, because it's hard for me to figure out which ones to go to. I have so many. We played NFL caliber players. I don't know if I can say all that. I mean, they're good. They're SEC players, but they're not. I don't know how many of those guys be making it to the league, especially on the defense side of the ball. For them, Texas State played high school caliber players. I haven't even checked on Texas State, to be fair. I don't pay them any attention. Okay, they beat Eastern Michigan today. Okay, let's see what Texas State did. Okay, shout out to Brad Jackson had 4 touchdowns. Interesting. They had 3 running backs with touchdowns. They had one guy who caught all 4 touchdowns. Okay, I mean, look. Here's the thing. They got to do that to us next week. I don't see. By the way, I will be down there next week. I'm coming in early that morning. Can y'all please shoot me DMs on tailgates that I should be at? If any of you guys want to meet anywhere or any of that type of thing, I'm going to actually stay the entire day. So even after the game, I'll be available for stuff. I'll be doing some stuff at Charity Bar, I think after the game with David Glasgow. I'll be doing some stuff later on that night, especially if UTSA wins, which we will win. So, yeah, y'all make sure y'all hit me up. I want to see a lot of y'all next week at the game for Texas State. So, excited about that. The conference is looking promising. It is actually. The conference is showing out, honestly. I was watching a lot of some of the games. I was like, okay. Or I don't know if you meant that by saying like UTSA is going to look promising in the conference, which I agree with that as well. Melissa says Owen did not show up, not even stretching the field, but throwing the ball. Okay, he did miss on some throws for sure down the field, but that's never been his strong suit. I just don't feel like he was a detriment to what we were trying to do. I guess that's what I feel like. Like I'm not looking at that game and saying like we should go with someone else. What is our kicking situation? We don't have one, Mike. Yeah, we ain't got one, Big Mike. Not at all. Punter looked good. Did he? Because I seen. I don't know about that. I don't know if I agree with that. Owen over Arch tonight, low key. Yeah, Arch struggled, but Arch played Ohio State's defense. Corey Tiemann said Owen didn't make mistakes and kept the game in hand. Didn't really have a chance to really sling it. That's what I'm saying. I don't think the OC helped him out. I'm more along those lines. Burke handicapped him. Agreed. Uh, Brandon says you can't blame McCown at all. The offense was never in rhythm. Burke simple just does stuff to and hopes it works. No concept of game flow. Yeah, I mean, listen. You know the funny thing about Burke though, he has great numbers on paper. That's what the people who support Burke and things like that. That's what I get to my DMs or my email. Is that like, here, look at these numbers. How can you argue it? And I'm like, you know what? He does have some good numbers. So yeah. Uh, I actually got emails. I just took a look at my email. I actually have emails today. Um, you'd be surprised at the emails I get. Listen, Dariansports at gmail.com. If you ever need anything, want to talk to me on a more official capacity, hit me up on email, man. I like to read those and I react to those a lot more in detail than like DMs and stuff. Frank says for playing a ranked team, I think we have a ring of high points, but the kicking situation needs to be figured out. Yeah, I mean, go back to the kicking situation, bro. That stuff is points. How are we not prioritizing multiple kickers? But you know what? I get it. Situations happen. Dang, Cooper might be done for the season. Are you serious? Special teams going to be an issue. We got to clean it up. Burks. I'm going to skip the Burke comments to try to get some other ones. Everybody's going in on Burke. Wow, missing a vertical receiver. So okay. I'm gonna try to filter through some of these to see. There's a reason to have glasses, guys. My eyesight is awful. um, we tend to throw games in the second half. The offensive play calling is tired. It's expecting. Yeah, I mean, listen, Kathy, you're completely right. I mean, our play calling in the second half wasn't great. It just wasn't, and it's a common theme. I agree pretty much what you said. The first 2.5 quarters went well. The guys were jazzed, but they crapped out. They seemed tired and weren't making any plays. I don't even think it's fatigue, but if coaches or if they got you out there doing stuff that's just not conducive to winning, what are you gonna do? And that's to say, this is a non-conference game. UTSA can't give away all the plays. Yes, you should win every game, but it's a long season. UTSA did well. These guys, yeah, I'm not mad at that. Like I said, I'm okay with the performance, but I am frustrated about some of the things that went on. Claiming this, we're going to be good. Yeah, we'll be good. We'll be good. We miss Will Stein, us versus Tulane. We need to build and grow before we get to that. I'm gonna wrap up here in a second, y'all. It has been a long work day for you, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let's see. This game, number one, we definitely need to improve. Okay, I agree with you there. All right, guys. I'm gonna have to wrap. I'm sorry. I'm gonna miss a lot of your comments. Crispy bacon. Yes, I cannot wait to see you guys all there, man. I'm gonna be excited for that. Like I said, make sure y'all hit my email, Darian Sports. That's DARRIEN sports at gmail.com. Hit my email for questions, comments, thoughts, partnerships, all that type of stuff. Would love to work with you guys in that. As for next week, I'm really excited about that as well. We got the Texas State game. That's the big one. It's gonna be the big one. I'm super excited about that. I will be in town. Um, somebody. So I'm gonna stay at the. I'll be at the Thompson. I think that's what it's called, the Thompson. It's a nice hotel. People told me about. So I'm gonna do that. And yeah, I hope to connect with y'all during the tailgates, after the games, and things like that. I hope to have a good time while I'm out there. I only have like maybe 3 opportunities to be out there this year. So yeah, I want to make the most of them. So yeah, definitely hit me up, shoot me a DM, shoot me a mention on X or an email so I can connect with y'all while I'm there. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. I will be back Wednesday. Remember, Wednesday, guys. Not only will I be doing a preview to Texas State, but Lisa Campos will be joining. So for those of you who are have questions or want to put something on my head or something like that and asking those questions, I'm going to lean on y'all too. So make sure you guys get your comments in early whenever that lobby gets in or gets there, because I am going to ask her questions directly from y'all's comments. So make sure it's something that I can actually ask. Don't be inflammatory if you can help it. But yeah, I look forward to this. I look forward to the season. Overall, I'm happy with what I seen with the runners today. We didn't come up with the victory, not a problem. I didn't necessarily expect it, but I think they showed they showed some really good things. I even seen, like I said, from our twos, beautiful pass from Brandon Tennyson, which was great, to AJ Wilson, which is awesome. So anyway, thank y'all for being with me. It is late. It's 11 o'clock. I gotta get some sleep, y'all. I'll holler at y'all on Twitter. Hit me up, Darian at UTSA. Peace.